I grew up in a Christian household. My parents raised us within the church. My parents, they were children's church directors, so we kind of knew the inner of ministry. So growing up as a little disciple has always been a part of my life. And I had parents who continuously showed God's love to us and poured in the wisdom and Bible knowledge into our hearts and into our minds. And as I kind of grew up and going into college, I kind of lost that. I struggled with some suicide ideation. I didn't really want to be here anymore. I got kicked out of my first college, and it was a really hard season for me to go through. I was just kind of stuck, just not knowing where I wanted to go and what I wanted to be. And there was this one day where I was making a puzzle in my living room, and my dad came to me and he was just like, come here, come sit with me. And I was gonna sit next to him, and he goes, no, like, come sit on my lap. And he was like, tell me what's wrong, like, what is the matter? And I told him that I was like, I feel like I don't want to be here anymore. I feel like my sense of living is it's not worth it. And he said, why didn't you tell me? Like, you know that I love you and I want to support you in everything that you do. And just being able to tell him that has made a relief within my heart and a weight lifted off my shoulders. And I started going to therapy and counseling, and I did a lot of soul searching within my heart to being where all that hurt was coming from and covering that with God's truth. And I think that is what how God sees us. God wants us to go to Him, and He wants us to sit on His lap with open arms and just tell Him what we're going through. And I'm very grateful that I have a father who was that example for me here on earth. My family, I had grandparents who were believers. They started church planting among church. And then I have an aunt that was a missionary in Thailand, and she was my inspiration of going into the church. And then because of their presence and the love that they had received from God, they were able to show that God loved to me. And I was able to, because I was able to receive that, I ultimately saw God's love through my whole entire community. I can see where the places where I have struggled in, where places where I have gone this way, where God wanted me to go this way. And God just kind of redirected me with the people who poured into my life, that were my parents and my aunts and my uncles and my cousins and my friends, who truly poured so much love into me. And just being on the mountaintop, I say that it's a cherry on top of everything that I get to see, where God placed, even though I went a different direction, like, I see where God placed this person in my life to kind of redirect me to where He wanted for me to be at. Being here has been another addition of it, just kind of seeing where God is placing more people. Even though I'm far away from my family, I'm able to still call them, and they're still speaking life into my life. Them not giving up on me, and them continue to keep showing me about the love of Jesus makes me want to keep going to go share the love of Christ with everybody else as well. My name is Amaza, and this is my story.